Hey, welcome back. So you sent us something really interesting this time. It's a transcript from the Master American English podcast, all about this technique called shadowing for learning English.
Yeah, shadowing. It's a fascinating approach.
Absolutely. So for this deep dive, we're not just going to, summarize it. We really want to dig into why this method gets highlighted, what makes it tick, and crucially, how you might actually use it effectively.
Right. It's about understanding the mechanics behind it, not just the instructions.
Exactly. So our mission today, unpack shadowing based on this podcast transcript, see what the core ideas are, and figure out if it's, a good tool for your English learning journey.
Sounds good. And what jumps out right away from this source is how active it is. It's definitely not passive listening. No, it's about getting your mouth, your brain, everything really involved in speaking. The podcast describes it pretty simply. Listen to English, then repeat it straight away.
Immediately.
And that's key because it forces you to try and mimic everything, not just the words. You're trying to copy the sounds, the rhythm. They call it the music of a sentence.
Music of the sentence.
Yeah.
Like this. More than just like repeating words back.
Exactly. More than just parroting.
Okay, so that's the what. But why are they so big on shadowing in this podcast? What are the benefits they're pointing to? Why should you care about this technique?
Well, it's interesting because it seems to hit several things at once. The source makes it really clear. It's not just about speaking better.
Okay.
It's also a workout for your listening skills and your pronunciation, all at the same time. Think about it. When you're actively trying to copy those sounds, that rhythm...
You're physically doing it.
Right. You're training the muscles in your mouth, your throat, to actually make those English sounds more accurately.
Yeah.
And at the same time, your brain is working hard, too. It's learning to recognize English sentence patterns, intonation, all those subtle things.
Which carry a lot of meaning, yeah.
Totally. So the end goal, according to the podcast, is, sounding more natural and feeling more confident, more fluent over time.
Okay, that makes sense. But here's something I noticed, a potential wrinkle. The speaker in the transcript, the one demonstrating, uses a British accent. They even say it's clear, soft, and easy to follow. But if you're aiming for American English, wouldn't that be confusing?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And it's something you might definitely be wondering about. It's true, the example uses British English, but the core principles of shadowing, they're universal.
How so?
Think of it like learning the basic dance steps, the choreography of spoken English, the rhythm, the stress patterns, how sentences rise and fall. That happens in all accents.
Okay.
So by practicing with a clear speaker, whatever their accent, you're learning those fundamental mechanics. Once you get those basics down, you can adapt them, like applying basic dance steps to different music styles.
Right. So the underlying skill is transferable.
Exactly. The podcast itself stresses that the goal is confident understanding and speaking. So, yeah, the practice accent is British, but the skills you build, processing spoken English quickly, reproducing it, those are valuable no matter what accent you're going for.
Gotcha. Okay. That clears that up. So we know what it is, why it's good, even with the different accent example. Let's get practical. What are the key things the transcript says you need to do for shadowing to work? What are the main principles?
Yeah, the advice they give is actually super clear, very actionable. First off, and they really stress this, you have to speak out loud.
Not just in your head.
Nope. Just mouthing it or thinking it doesn't cut it. It doesn't trigger the same physical and brain processes. You got to make the sounds.
Okay. Speak out loud. What else?
Second, and this is huge for learners, embrace mistakes. The podcast literally says mistakes mean you're learning.
That's a great mindset shift.
Isn't it? It reframes errors. They're not failures. They're feedback. Essential feedback. Third, consistency beats intensity, big time.
The classic advice.
Yeah, but it's true here. Short, regular practice, maybe just 5 minutes a day, is way better than like one massive hour-long session once a week.
Keep the momentum going.
Exactly. And finally, start small. Don't try to shadow, a super fast, complex lecture right away. Start with simpler stuff to avoid getting overwhelmed and just build from there.
Right. Build confidence along with the skill. Okay.
Yeah.
So the transcript includes this 30-sentence exercise. That wasn't just random, was it? What can we glean from the types of sentences they chose and the themes in there?
Oh, absolutely not random. There's a definite design to it. They start really simple, very encouraging. Like the first one is just, I am learning English.
So I think a positive tone right away.
Yeah, it creates this sort of positive, affirming vibe. Then they gradually get a bit longer, a bit more complex, and you see these recurring themes popping up.
Like what?
Things about the learner's journey itself. Overcoming that fear of mistakes is a big one. The idea of consistent effort. There's a sentence like, my effort today creates my fluency tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that.
Me too. And building self-belief. Lots of I believe in myself type phrases. It's almost like half the exercise is building linguistic skill and the other half is building, well, confidence and a positive mindset.
That makes sense. They feed into each other.
Totally. Phrases like, I feel proud of my progress, or every mistake helps me learn something new. That's powerful stuff for keeping motivation up. And you definitely notice after maybe the first 10 sentences, they do get a little longer, a bit more challenging, gently pushing you.
A gradual ramp up.
Exactly. And they even throw in direct encouragement like, don't give up. It's very supportive.
Okay, so pulling this all together,
Yeah.
if you, listening right now, want to try this, what's the bottom line actionable advice based on those super simple instructions in the source?
Yeah, the podcast makes it sound very straightforward. The core steps are listen carefully, then repeat right away. If you're watching a video, they suggest using subtitles, which can help connect the sound to the word.
See it and hear it.
Right. And notice any highlighted words if they're provided. Pay attention to the rhythm. Really feel it and consciously hear the individual sounds. And the number one thing,
Speak out loud.
speak out loud. Don't be shy. Make some noise. The source encourages repeating the material too. Practice it. And sort of underlying all that, there's this message of being patient with yourself, which is perfectly captured in that practice sentence. I am patient with myself and my progress.
That's a really nice touch. Okay, let's wrap this up then. Based purely on this Master American English podcast transcript we looked at, what are the absolute key takeaways about shadowing you should remember?
Okay, I'd say the big things are. Shadowing is presented as a really potent way to boost your English because it hits speaking, listening, and pronunciation all together.
That simultaneous improvement.
Yeah, and it's fundamentally active. You're not just listening. You're physically engaging with the language. You're trying to internalize its natural flow, its rhythm, build that muscle memory for the sounds.
Right. It's that active part, that engagement with the music of English, that seems key.
Exactly. And the transcript also really hammers home. Be consistent, even if it's just short bursts. See mistakes as learning, not failure. And start easy, build up gradually.
Solid advice. So here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on, inspired by this source. Think about it. How could that consistent, active engagement, even just 5 minutes of shadowing, maybe start to snowball? How could those small daily actions build up over time into really significant progress, maybe more than you'd expect? And perhaps ask yourself, what's one tiny manageable step you could take today to start putting that into practice?